Hi, welcome. My name is Angelina and you're watching my end of month review for the month of April, where we take a look at some of the most riveting comebacks and debuts of K-pop and whatever SM decided to release. More on that later. But yes, we are at the end of April. It is April 28th as I'm filming. On a side note, I spent $300 on the Shark Flex. My hair looks flat as hell. She's going back to Costco. So yes, I think we have a fun mix of songs that have come out this month. So I'm really excited to talk to you about them. So without further ado, let's get into the tier ranking. I keep messing up this tier ranking. Someone literally just sent me a Cupcake X Cupid remix. So I just have a helpless but just it's stuck in my head. Okay, so here we have just blank tiers. Let's, of course, always we have Big Booty Bop up here. I really kind of want to bring back Cup of Milk. You guys were so mad that I got rid of it. So I think we're just going to bring back Cup of Milk. To everyone who thinks I'm a BTS anti, when I've dedicated an entire tier to an obscure lyric in one of their biggest hits, most of you can't say that, so sit down. So Cup of Milk, as the name suggests, are songs that just don't last long. Maybe we had a good go at them, but ultimately they just ended up right off the playlist in little to no time. They just don't age well, like a Cup of Milk. So we used to have second gen vibes. We've kind of scrapped second gen vibes. I think we're going to put the grower tier here. We're going to see. These are for songs that we maybe didn't like at first, but they did end up on our playlist and we like them now. So after grower, I reckon we could do skip. These are for songs that, you know, it's not that I hate them necessarily, but I definitely don't want to listen to them. Hard skip. So then right below that, we're going to have YG's Dungeon. These are for songs that I think have a little bit of potential, but there's just something tangible that I would change about them. And they need to go back into YG's Dungeon to simmer for maybe a couple more years. We're going to add a row below because this one is going to be K-pop hell. These are for songs that are just not good, straight up not good. We used to have a tier called we used to have, well, kind of a cup of something. It was Cup of Tea. Was it? Not my cup of tea. We used to have a tier called Not My Cup of Tea, but it was a little too soft, if you know what I mean. So I think K-pop hell is perfect. We have the skip tier for songs that I'm just honestly, frankly going to skip. So K-pop hell are for songs where, you know, skipping is just not enough. And it's not even enough to send it to YG's Dungeon. So I think these tiers are actually pretty good. We brought back some of the favorites while still keeping it fresh. So let me know what you think of this new tier list. I'm frankly pretty excited. So let's get started. I gave a second chance to Cupid. Okay, so I usually don't review ad songs in my end of month reviews just because I'm not getting paid. Like, you know, kudos to New Jeans for getting a lot of money from this. But the only exception being, of course, BLACKPINK's awesome screen, awesome camera, long-lasting battery life, which honestly set the bar pretty high. But New Jeans have really stepped it up with their song Zero. So this song mixes pop, R&B, and Jersey Club, which I'm surprised NMIXX stands are not calling this mix pop. Not my circus. Now, apparently they're using a melody from a nursery rhyme. I just couldn't find like a concrete source saying exactly which nursery rhyme. I would have thought it's a little bit of a stretch. Like we talk about this in a future episode of K-pop Canceled, but it's supposed to be red light, green light, right? 무궁화 꽃이 피었습니다. And then it's like Coca-Cola 맛있다. To me, that's a stretch if I've ever heard a stretch, but I don't know. Like I hear people saying it's a sample of a nursery rhyme, and then there's no really official source because what's written is actually that it's a familiar sound. But it could be familiar while not actually sampling a nursery rhyme. You know, like Young Dumb Stupid obviously references a nursery rhyme that a lot of us know. And people can point to a specific song. But for this one, I'm not, like, it's, I just want to know, is it just familiar or are they actually sampling it? Because Audrey and I got into a huge fight about this. But let's cut to the chase. This song is actually just amazing. And it is so wasted on an ad. I don't know who wrote this magical song and then decided, you know what? Let's add Coca-Cola 맛있다 in the chorus. Like, you fucking fucking ruined it. This honestly could have stood alone as a perfect comeback. Imagine the stages. The instrumentals just feel like beautiful tingling in your ears. The vocals are so soft and beautiful, and just, you know, New Jeans lyricism just have the ability to make you feel a certain way, like liked you from the get-go. You know, it's so simple but so effective at the same time. Despite all this, I just do not find that this song has any lasting power whatsoever. Like, yes, you can be so into every other single part of the song, but once that chorus hits, I feel like collectively we all just kind of gasped in horror. Was it a great Coca-Cola ad? Absolutely. However, for the listening experience of it all, it really takes you out of it, because then you're reminded that this is a full-on ad. You cannot escape it. Coca-Cola 맛있다. You know, at least in BLACKPINK's Awesome Screen, Awesome Camera, Long Lasting Battery Life, they never actually mention Samsung. So you can kind of get past it, I would think. That's a joke for everyone misinterpreting my humor. Also, for other ad songs like Ice Cream and Lollipop, those were obviously phones, right? But they were named after things that you could get away with promoting in a song. So Big Bang and 21, when they did Lollipop, you know, sure, some of the lyrics are like, my love is bling bling like LED, which obviously refers to the phone's LED capabilities. But other than that, it's literally like, you're my lollipop, and it's really cute. Same for Lollipop Part 2, though I don't really remember the lyrics. And same for Big Bang's Ice Cream, though I don't think that was ever released as a song on its own, but it was still cute. It's not like, here's an ice cream phone, please buy it, which is what I feel like Zero does. It literally does. Coca-Cola is delicious. See you looking at it, here, have some. That obviously wasn't verbatim, but you get the idea. So I fear nothing. I feel like this song doesn't have any lasting power whatsoever. I did listen to it a couple of times, but outside of that, it's just like, I really don't care to be jamming out to Coca-Cola. Even in NMIX's Oh when they said popcorn and zero Coke, I cringed, frankly. I love that part now, but at first I was just like, ugh. You know, I just feel like I can safely say consumers don't love that. I also really don't like Coca-Cola. I don't like fizzy drinks at all. I know that's so surprising for a lot of you fat phobes. Ever since I was a child, it just hurts my mouth, and I absolutely hate it. So it's not even a product that I like or ever will like or ever have liked. So, we're gonna put it in Cup of Milk, because honestly, if they didn't have the Coca-Cola 맛있다, I would have put it in Big Booty Bop, because I love this song. Again, beautiful, so ethereal, like tingling in your ears. I'd still be streaming it to this day, frankly, but otherwise, Cup of Milk. Next up, we have Dreamnote's Lemonade from their single album titled Secondary Page. Now, nothing was written about this song in Soompi or the description of this music video, but from what I could hear, it was a really fun song with summer vibes, which talks about, you guessed it, lemonade. A sweet bite like a drink, you'll wrinkle your nose. I thought those were cute lyrics that were in line with, you know, the feeling of something sour. The music video was also fun. It featured members as workers in this bulk store, kind of like Costco, and then they just partied real hard. We stan, where's my microphone? I lost it again. We stan Property Damage. But yeah, the song was fresh and fun, much like the lyrics alluded to. And I think they would have benefited a lot more by releasing this more towards the heat of the summer, because now everything is a little bit cold and gloomy, which I guess in that sense the song could help lift your spirits. But I would much rather listen to this by the pool that I don't have. But you know what I mean? It feels I believe that it might be able to grow on me sometime, but for now, I just feel like I would skip it. It's not really grabbing my attention. I definitely wouldn't mind revisiting it for the summer though, but let me know what you think. Okay, so Apink had a comeback this month with D&D from their 10th mini album, Self. The music video, of course, depicts mundane, everyday life. I can kind of think of a couple of the music videos off the top of my head that do something similar. Didn't we have Lucy recently, or a couple of months ago, who had something similar? And also, was it BSS? Though I think they mostly talked about it. I don't know that they portrayed it in their music video, but obviously it's something that a lot of people can relate to, just boring, repetitive, everyday life with lyrics that empathize with you and encourage you to do what you want to do rather than what you should be doing. And I do appreciate the message overall, you know, happiness is here, take back the dreams you've put off. I just didn't love this sound. It's really not my style. Though the pre-chorus was absolutely beautiful. It was so soft and lovely and was building up to something that ultimately I think never really came. The chorus was a letdown for me personally. But do you agree that the song just deserves so much more magic? So for me, I'm going to put this into YG's Dungeon. I think it has potential. Just there are a couple of things I would change about it. But also, what does D&D mean? I literally Googled it. Apink D&D meaning. And some people were like, does it mean do not disturb? Does it mean Dungeons and Dragons? Which, by the way, I saw in theaters. Not that I've ever played Dungeons and Dragons. Not that I know what that is. But there was, you know, surprisingly a dragon in the movie. It reminded me so much of Meisha. My poor baby. She's just, you know, round. Okay, so Suga had to come back this month as well. I think he had 3 music videos, but we're only going to look at 2 because there's a title track, a pre-release, and a B-side. So I think Amygdala was the B-side. That's what I read at least. So we're going to check out the pre-release and the title track. So we have People Part 2 with IU. Again, what did BTS anti-review 2 Suga songs? The army in the comments, you should have reviewed Amygdala. I'm sorry. So People Part 2 is described as a song with boom bap beats and captures, was that supposed to be bass? I think I miswrote that. Or I miswrote it from Soompi. And captures the harmony of Suga's easygoing rap and IU's elegant vocals. The song conveys how the relationship between people endlessly repeats, even after love, farewell, fear, and sadness parts. Sound-wise, right off the bat, it's not really something I will listen to. I'm not super into ballads right off the bat. I'm basic as hell and I just like pop music. I just want something upbeat that'll catch my attention. I feel like ballads, it takes a little bit of time to grow on me. A ballad can be absolutely, you know, Ayatiz's Be With You? I didn't care for it at first. Literally, people tried to show it to me and I was just like, okay. And now it's my favorite. So I feel like it just takes time for me to warm up to slower songs. Despite this, I did appreciate the lyrics, aside from the chorus lyrics that I felt were a little bit nonsensical. But I don't know if it was meant to be nonsensical. You know, was that the vibe or were they just nonsensical? Let me know in the comments down below. The first lyric that touched my heart was, "What is it that makes you sad?" I love this line so much because it reminds me of a line in Big Bang's How Do. What is it about that person next to you? Did he make you cry? I just remember memorizing the lyrics of How Do in my childhood. That's why I remember it so vividly. And it brings back the same feelings that I felt when I first read that line. It's just the fact of asking such a simple question that doesn't really have an easy answer. Sometimes it's just beyond answering, you know, what is it that makes you so sad? Really, it's the dread that's so daunting. He goes on to say, the us that dreamt of a future together is no more. We're the ones who tore down the sandcastles. This evokes to me this sense of youthful love that ended. And it made me remember this specific quote. I don't know who it's by, but it says, love is for children, compatibility is for adults. If we think of how calculative love can be, which he even says people in love are selfish, so it makes a lot of sense, I think. And when we think of sandcastles, you know, it's more of a youthful activity. Surely they used to be young and in love, but now it's back to reality and it can't be all fun and games anymore. So now they are in charge of the destruction of something that once represented their happiness. I should go into philosophy or something. That was fucking deep. But at the end of the music video, he explains that the song was written during COVID when he thought to himself that he lost everything. So it conveys the message that he wanted to tell himself. I've touched on this before about idols who have songs that are kind of obviously about love, but then they say it has a more broader meaning maybe. So that's what I thought of, because the song seems more in line with the love song, but he says that it's a message that he wanted to convey to himself. So I often wonder, do idols sometimes give songs more broader implications, more broader meanings, so it can maybe touch more people, it's not too specific, or maybe that's just the way art is, or maybe they just want to avoid the implications that the lyrics might have on their personal lives. Let me know what you think about that. However, for me, I'm going to have to skip it. I don't think I would listen to this song. Now we have Haegeum, which I think is already more up my alley. This is described as a hip-hop genre song that uses traditional Korean string instrument sounds. I always love when there's traditional Korean instruments in K-pop songs. The song brings up the idea of freedom to people who appear to be living freely, but are actually bound by various restrictions in daily life and society through the title, which refers to both the instrumental as well as the phrase to lift a ban. So I actually found a TikTok that I'll show you later that explains what he means in the chorus. Because through this description, I can tell there's going to be some clever wordplay. Ultimately, it would go over my head as someone who is not a native Korean speaker. I mean, slaves to capitalism and YouTube seemed pretty understandable, but otherwise, like, I don't know. Overall, I thought he looked cool as hell. Is there a storyline, technically? First of all, I don't get it. I would have to watch it again, but it was really intriguing me. Because he walks into this restaurant, steals somebody's chopsticks, allegedly unalives somebody. But then in the end, he goes right back into that restaurant and it's kind of like it was him all along. But then during the music video as well, it's like he kind of unalives himself, but he is himself, but he's two different people. I'm gonna have to watch it again and get back to you. But you can let me know your theories in the comments below as well. Let me show you the TikTok. Copyright claim shit. Løren and Haegeum. I can't show this TikTok because the song is playing, but she basically says that he uses the word Haegeum as Haebang, meaning liberation. So Løren and Haegeum just means just be yourself. I'll link the TikTok below. But from what I understand, Haegeum is the Korean instrument, right? But it can also be a word play or actually means liberation as well. So this song features a Haegeum, but this song is also liberation. I don't think it honestly has had time to grow on me either, but I don't think the songs are on the same level for me personally. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna have to put it in skip for now, but I'll keep you updated. Løren recently came out with Panic from his EP, Put Up a Fight. I have it in my head now. So the sound is super nostalgic. Lyrically, I'm not sure that anything actually makes any sense, but that might add to the overall vibe of it in the end. Riding in the backseat of this car, I'm still here safe and quiet, and I'll pretend like I'm asleep as you drive right into my basement. I like it, to be honest. The guitar brings me back to, you know, older times where these songs were maybe more popular, or maybe they were just popular to me. No, I think the song reminded me a little bit of Butake My Bus by Sik from the drama Mary Stayed Out All Night. I love that song, first of all. Also nonsensical. What does Take Care My Bus actually mean? Nobody knows. But also just like the jamming out with the guitar with long hair was quite reminiscent. As for where I'd put it, I did add it to my playlist. But I think it's a cup of milk moment, I would say. Now we have BIBI's I Am. So it's titled I Am ... on YouTube, but the title in Korean is I Am Shampoo. It immediately sounded familiar to me, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I thought, was it Doja Cat? Was it Red Velvet? I did also try to look into the lyrics, but you know, sometimes when you have the English translation, it just doesn't do the song justice. We do get some references to being fragrant, which I think can tie into shampoo, but it's really this one line that I think is mostly tied to shampoo. So your hair standing up vertically, under the touch, under the breath, will it become foam? This was kind of my interpretation, that her touch is so electric that if she touches him, his hair stands up. I don't know. But it's kind of like, no, that actually makes no fucking sense. To be honest though, she also says stuff like rich and thick, baby. So I'm like wondering if shampoo doesn't mean what we think it means. Where's the cupcake remix on this? Anyways, it's a nice and easy listen. It really hasn't had time to grow on me. I'm not sure that it could potentially, but we're gonna keep it to skip for now. Let's talk about IVE's comeback with I Am from their album I've. No, I've. So self-centered. All the mean K-poppies are already writing their comments. Calm down. It was a joke. So the song is about taking on an independent attitude to life while being certain about the path you take, conveying the powerful message of finding a new me that is different from yesterday. Maybe he's gonna be a grower. Open a different door. Don't need to follow. You're on your way. I'm on my way. I actually did look into the lyrics in my official review of the song, so if you want to go check that out. Otherwise, I know you guys are dying to know where I would place this. As if you all haven't been witness to the 236 shorts I've posted about IVE. I digress. I Am is certified grower, to be honest. So here's the thing. I did really think that I liked the song, so I added it to my playlist to see where it would go from there, and then I deleted it right away because I just kept skipping it. I didn't really want to listen to it, and I don't know if it was through the sheer amount of times I watched their stage performances, because if you're making a short, you obviously watch the stage, then you download the stage, then you watch the stage again, then you edit it, then you watch your edits. I don't know if it's through the sheer amount of exposure that I ended up really liking this song. But it ended up back on my playlist. If we didn't go through all those hoops, I think it still would have been Cup of Milk. But because I kind of didn't really love it at first, we're gonna put it into Grower. But I've been super into IVE recently. From their fourth mini album, Love Struck, we have Kep1er with Giddy. You make me giddy, 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 giddy all day. So I think it's Alina from Løren Music Group who actually was a top liner on this song. I have no idea what that means. But she explains that giddy wasn't the original word and that the original word was, quote, dope, but deaf, not the right fit for teens to sing. I ran to that comment section. Was it kitty? Was it gimme? Because frankly, the whole cat thing seemed so random to me. And I've seen instances where whole music videos were literally filmed with previous lyrics of a song and then they were changed after the fact. Like Jenny Solo, she literally mouths, I used to be your girl, used to be your babe, now I'm used to be the goat. If you look at her mouth shape, it looks like she's saying babe, not girl. And now it's girl in the actual lyrics. So I wonder if it was kitty. But like, kitty, 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 kitty. I don't get it. I was reading the comments on Løren Music Group's explanation of being a top liner on writing Giddy. And would you believe the Kep1er stands asking a random songwriter to give Bahia more lines? Guys, leave her alone in her one line. She'll survive. And why are you bothering the songwriter about her lines? Like, she has nothing to do with it. Also, you guys are so openly mean to songwriters sometimes. Like, I'm reading some of her comments and you guys are like going for her throat. I was talking about this with Sherry the other day. Like, no wonder Teddy doesn't have any social media because it would just be a recipe for disaster. But anyways, this song, I do think it's catchy. It's catchy. It's one of their better songs in comparison to literally the last three. What It wasn't a bad debut to begin with. It just didn't age very well in my opinion. So Giddy, I feel like it, was a little bit more fresh, even fresher than We Fresh actually. They did rhyme sweet O with better, which was interesting, but it, it worked, I guess. This is another one where I feel like through the sheer amount of exposure I had to it, it might be a grower. But for now, it would be a skip. Give me some, give me some, give me. I just didn't love the whole cat thing. I felt like, okay, yeah, it's kind of clever because Giddy does sound a little bit like Kitty, but if it was supposed to be Kitty to begin with, then it's not that clever. Do you know what I mean? Anyways. So Card had a digital single titled Without You. So let's talk about that. Honestly, the first few notes I heard, I thought, this is so up my alley. Card is not going to disappoint because it has bright Latin sounds that flow into a slap bass EDM. So I thought, surely this is going to be a banger. It's described as a rhythmical song with an addictive chorus and emphasizes the members' strong vocals. Now, they definitely have strong vocals. Kudos to their vocals. However, it's just the chorus really doesn't do it for me. So it starts off strong. I love the instrumental of this song. But then the chorus comes in. It's a little disappointing to me and I really couldn't get into it. So unfortunately, I don't even think it fits into YG's Dungeon. I'm going to put this into Is It That Bad? Wait. I'm really torn between YG's Dungeon and K-pop Hell. I don't know if it deserves necessarily K-pop Hell. It's not comically bad or anything. We'll put it in YG's Dungeon for now. From her second mini album, Over the Moon, E-Town has made her comeback with Knock. Knock begins with the sound of someone knocking on a door and is a song with an addictive hook. It conveys the confident message of knocking on someone's heart without waiting around. I'm notorious for hating Knock Knock by Twice. This gives me carpal tunnel looking at it. But I really didn't mind this knocking, to be honest. So previously I had complained that her comeback, or was it her debut? I don't even remember what it sounds like. I don't remember what it looks like. But I remember her having a comeback and or debut as a solo artist, and it just kind of existing. There was not any good promotion about it. I didn't even really hear about it that much. And I remember complaining about this. This time around, the promotions were amazing. The amount of music stages that I saw, the amount of, challenges I saw with other idols, this was all over my For You page. So I was just really happy for her because some of these ex-IZ*ONE members are just not being promoted as solo artists. Did I already say solo twice? So low. Anyways, I didn't like it at first, but that's the power of good promotions, because even if I didn't love it at first, at least I know fully well what it sounds like. I even can tell you the choreography, all that jazz. I would say it's a little bit of a grower. Knock, 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 knocking on you. I thought it was so repetitive and not really that interesting, but I honestly kind of like it now, and it's constantly in my head, so we're gonna put this one into grower. Okay, let's give a little bit of space for this SM release this month, guys. Oh my god, I got into so much shit. Maybe it's not that much shit. I posted a reel about how everyone says YG sound is repetitive, but if you're an SM stan, you have no leg to stand on type thing. And when I posted it on YouTube, everyone like either agreed or disagreed. Like, you know, you're allowed to do that. But on TikTok and Instagram, they really think they can bully me into liking pots and pans ass sounds. Like, do you really, like, if I don't like SM to begin with, you really think you pulling a little fit is gonna make me like it more? No. Like, you can just disagree. Have you ever thought about that? I mean, disagree they did. You want to argue that SM doesn't have a repetitive sound? Play any SM song, eyes closed. I can already smell the singing in unison and weird vocal editing. It's called having a company sound. JYP should take notes. Anyways, we have DoJaeJung, a formation of DoJaeJung, Chaeyeon, and Jungwoo. What happened to NCTU, by the way? Because I thought that was what NCTU was for. Asking for a friend. But I digress. This is from their first mini album of the same name and features an R&B electro-funk genre song with charming vocals from the trio, with lyrics that convey the message of leaving their scent on people they love. I like the description. I mean, April is a very scent-oriented month, isn't it? We had I Am Shampoo and now Perfume. It also feels like we're repeating certain things, because there's already a song called Shampoo by After School. There's already a song called Perfume by ex Wonder Girls member. I cannot remember her name, but it was a really good song. I swear this exact scene in Perfume was also in JYJ's In Heaven. I know you all want to think I'm an SM auntie, but I can reference things as far back as 2008, baby. You better sit down. The chorus is actually so beautiful though. It feels quite classic SM in comparison to their more typical 4th gen sound. Though the rest of the song is not really something I would listen to. It's not really my style, but I could picture it growing on me based on that chorus alone. I've added it to my playlist. Actually, yesterday I added it to my playlist. We'll see where it goes, but it's more of a skip for now. Seriously, SM have such amazing vocalists. Such a shame they force everyone to lip sync. Moving on to Tempest with a cleverly titled 4th mini album, The Calm Before the Storm. So this is described as a funk dance genre song that captures Tempest's ambitious resolve to become a dangerous force to be reckoned with as a storm that instantly sweeps the stage. I'm not gonna lie, the description kind of put me off. Again, I'm just not super into the retro vibes, as you might be able to tell since 2020. It doesn't mean all like funky retro songs are bad. It's just and it did seem like it was off to a pretty good start. Like that beginning of the chorus sounded pretty good, but then it kept on going and it really lost me. It really lost me. I didn't really like it anymore. This is one I think that we're gonna have to put into K-pop hell. Sailing is not that bad, but then K-pop hell, unfortunately, respectfully. We didn't get to talk about Xikers Rockstar in the last month review, even though the song technically did come out, because the music video didn't come out. So we have a double title track by Xikers, and I've had time to ponder how I actually feel about the song, so let's talk about it. This is from their debut mini album, House of Tricky, Doorbell Ringing. I can already tell this group is gonna have long ass album names that nobody can remember, probably not even the members themselves, let alone us. Yeah, I stan ATs though, so... So this one mixes the vibes of a soaring pop rock anthem with bursts of powerful energy with lyrics about youth chasing one's dreams. So as I mentioned, this is a double title track, and at first listen, I didn't like Rockstars that much. I thought it was nice, but I really preferred Tricky House. But it's been about a month and I completely changed the way I feel. Tricky House to me, I don't even remember what it sounds like, but Rockstar, I love it so much. The intro is beautiful and majestic, and the first rapper does sound a little bit like Haegeum, doesn't he? But Haegeum also sounds a little bit like G-Dragon, so I do want to point out that this part in particular makes it sound like they're about to Wolfgang. I also keep thinking that they're going to say stray kids every day. Is that even Stray Kids' motto? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, but it definitely grew on me, so this is a certified grower. Speaking of double title track, 17 are also having a double title track with Super and FML from their album FML. Is that true? I feel like when is actually Fuck My Life? Let's check it out. Yeah, the second title track is called F My Life. Censored. The very beginning of the song, that instrumental really reminds me of Stromae's Invaincu. So I'll play them side by side. It's the first thing I thought of. And then Mingyu's part comes and it's beautiful. I love everything about this song, literally. I mean, the one thing that I didn't really love was the constant repetition of I love my team, I love my crew. But even after like the first 2 listens, like I was just jamming out to it. It literally didn't matter. Hot for me as a title track was a little bit overwhelming in terms of instrumentals, but Super just feels like the perfect amount of busyness. If this was my first introduction to 17, I don't think it would have taken 2 years and lots of bullying to get me to like them. The energy, the dancing, absolutely everything was perfection. I literally was listening to this on repeat last night and just like dancing by myself, and it was so much fun, especially the energy part. Literally like when Uzi is saying energy, I don't know. This is definitely big booty bop material. I'm in love with this song, like a love at first sight. I cannot wait to just continue listening to this over and over and over again. That's the one song on my playlist. Or 2. Peach PRC came out with a new album, so there's a little bit of competition, but not much. So now we have Taeyang's comeback. Didn't I just review Taeyang? I remember thinking like it's not that great. What did we review with Taeyang last month? Was there anything, or I'm just inventing that in my head? Anyways, we have 2 songs by Taeyang. So we have literally the title track Seed, and then Shoong somehow was a fucking B-side. How did Taeyang make Shoong the B-side when he literally put BLACKPINK from Lisa? What? How is Shoong a B-side when literally Lisa from BLACKPINK is in here and it's a fun dance song? Then you have the actual title track that's a ballad where he's reading Bible verses. So Shoong, as I originally read it as Shoog, R.I.P. Jenny, is that even her line? This is described as a smooth R&B trap dance song with an addictive melody and a trendy hip-hop beat. Now the title track, again, a ballad. It's not my thing. It's really not my thing. We're gonna skip it. It doesn't deserve K-pop hell because he has a beautiful voice. I love Taeyang's voice. Honestly, I did really love his solo stuff in the past. But I don't know if it's the fact that I'm a 4th gen stan now and I just need constant things to entertain me, or maybe it just genuinely doesn't have that it factor that something like Eyes, Nose, Lips had. So for me, it's a definite skip. As for Shoong, I'm not sure. I'm almost tempted to put it into skip as well. No, skip is too good for Shoong, to be honest. I really didn't love the lyrics of Lisa's part, and then the rest of the song just kind of existed to me. So fittingly, we're gonna put this into YG's Dungeon. All the SM stans are shaking in their boots right now, like, isn't she a YG stan? No, I literally didn't even like Kill This Love. You like 3 YG groups and suddenly you're riding YG's. Okay, so that is basically it for the review portion of this video. We're gonna get into the monthly playlist. So we have Kitsch. I don't know if Kitsch was in the last one, but it's here. Money! I think it's because I did my reviewing BLACKPINK solos or something, and then I was reminded of Money and I had to add it back. Do you know how tragic it is that there's not the Korean version of Lottie Dottie by CrossGene on Spotify? I am forced to learn the Japanese version, which sucks, to be honest, because do you know what the lyrics are? Lottie Dottie, going down, down. Lottie Dottie, like they just continue saying Lottie Dottie. They couldn't even make up any lyrics for that, which was in English. So like, I don't know why they couldn't have just, I don't know. Oh, fuck if I know. Songlad did a cover of this actually for 18E, and I thought it sounded really pretty, so I listened to the original. Escape. I I follow Peach PRC on TikTok, and she's been obsessed with this song. And because she kept singing it in her TikToks, I think through the sheer amount of exposure, I ended up liking it too. Remember, I hate that voice at the beginning. This is literally proof that I'm not an SM auntie. Though this was released in 2011. Doesn't it literally sound like they're saying fuck your life? Fuck your life, baby. Right? No? Okay. This song is so beautiful. So I actually saw like a fan cam or something because she was singing this song and then she puts her microphone at Coachella to like a random person who's like crying and singing the part. But of course it doesn't say which song it is. I'm trying to listen to the lyrics to try to Google like what the song is and everything. And so I found it. I just love Bad Bunny. Peach PRC, her EP came out and I was so excited because I keep hearing this snippet on TikTok and I was so excited. The lovely Jackie suggested that I do Receptify to see what my top songs are. I would love to. Let's try that. Am I gonna have to sign in? I don't know my login details. Oh, she's doing it for me, baby. So this is my Receptify. This sounds so hard to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave in the comments down below your top artists or your top songs of the month. So yeah, huge shout out to my channel members, which I hope I can get the clip of all the channel members. Final Cut Pro is ruining my life because I'll go to another library where that file is and it just keeps crashing on me. It keeps crashing on me. Even when I try to edit anything, it keeps crashing on me. I contacted Apple support. Would you know? It worked while I was on the phone. Like, it did crash. But they were just like, I don't know what's wrong with it. And I was like, okay, guess I'll go fuck myself then. So huge shout out to my channel members. I hope I can have your names here. Lest the application crashes, which it's probably crashing as we speak. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I'll be far away. That's my life. Is that I'm down galaxy.